Right then, listen up. You think vegetables are boring? You think they're just something you push around the plate while you wait for the main event? What a load of rubbish. Today, I'm going to show you 9 vegetable dishes so stunning, so unbelievably delicious, they could get a marriage proposal. Forget everything you thought you knew about bland, boiled-to-death veg. We're talking about passion, flavor, and a bit of bloody magic. This isn't your grandma's sad-looking side dish. This is veg that takes center stage, that commands respect, that makes you weak at the knees. We're going to transform humble ingredients into culinary masterpieces. I'm talking creamy, cheesy, decadent sauces that will make you want to lick the plate clean. We're taking inspiration from that famous Marry Me chicken and giving it a vegetarian twist that's even better than the original. Don't believe me? Just you wait. Each one of these dishes is a showstopper, a testament to the power of a simple vegetable when it's treated with a bit of love and a lot of flavor. So grab your aprons, sharpen your knives, and for goodness sake, pay attention. You're about to embark on a journey that will change the way you see vegetables forever. These aren't just recipes, they're love stories on a plate. By the end of this, you'll be down on one knee, not for me, you donut, but for a plate of cabbage. Now let's get cooking. First up, Marry Me zucchini. Now don't you dare turn your nose up. People think zucchini is watery, tasteless nonsense. They're wrong, they're just cooking it like idiots. We're going to take this beautiful, humble vegetable and elevate it to something truly spectacular. We're packing it into a dish that's so creamy, so cheesy, it's absolutely sinful. Imagine tender pieces of zucchini, bathed in a luscious, rich sauce that clings to every single piece. This isn't a side dish that sits quietly in the corner. This is the star of the show, loud and proud. You get that beautiful, subtle flavor of the zucchini cutting through the richness of the cream and the sharp, salty punch of the cheese. It's a symphony of textures and tastes. You can serve this glorious creation as a hearty side that will outshine any main course, I promise you. Or better yet, get some proper crusty bread and just mop up that incredible sauce. You could even toss it with pasta or serve it over a bed of fluffy rice. It's versatile, it's stunning, and frankly, it's better than most relationships I've seen. Now that's a dish worth committing to. Next, broccoli. Yes, broccoli. Stop your whining. Most of you boil it until it's a sad gray mush. Disgraceful. We're giving it the respect it deserves with my Marry Me broccoli. This is where things get seriously intense. We're talking about perfectly cooked broccoli florets, still with a bit of bite, swimming in the most incredible sun-dried tomato-infused cream sauce. It's packed with garlic, and don't be shy with it, and a generous helping of beautiful, nutty Parmesan cheese that melts into a blanket of pure decadence. This sauce is the secret weapon. It's what turns a simple vegetable into a culinary event. The sun-dried tomatoes, they're not just there for color, you donkey. They release their sweet, intense flavor into the cream, creating a sauce that's complex and utterly addictive. This dish is a powerhouse. You can serve it as a side dish, of course, but let's be honest, it's got enough character and flavor to be the main event. It's a vegetarian masterpiece that will have even the most committed carnivores begging for the recipe. It's bold, it's beautiful, and it's so damn good you'll want to put a ring on it. Don't mess it up. Cabbage. I can hear you groaning from here. You think of that foul-smelling boiled rubbish your school canteen used to serve. Get that out of your head. Right now, we are making Marry Me melting cabbage, and it will change your life. This is a vegetarian twist that is pure genius. We take a humble head of cabbage, cut it into thick, beautiful wedges, and treat it like the royalty it is. We roast it until it's unbelievably tender, sweet, and caramelized at the edges. The texture is just sublime, it melts in your mouth. But the magic, the real proposal-worthy moment, is the sauce. That rich, sun-dried tomato cream sauce comes back to smother these gorgeous cabbage wedges in a hug of flavor. It seeps into every layer, every crevice, turning each bite into an explosion of creamy, tangy, savory perfection. You serve this with a massive chunk of crusty bread to mop up every last drop of that liquid gold. Or lay it over a bed of quinoa or farro for a truly elegant and satisfying meal. This is cabbage like you've never ever imagined. It's sophisticated, it's sexy, and it's absolutely delicious. Now for something truly special. Marry Me butternut squash steaks. Forget everything you think a steak has to be. This is innovation on a plate. We take a beautiful, vibrant butternut squash and slice it into thick, meaty steaks. Don't be delicate about it. We want something substantial, something with presence. We roast them until they're perfectly tender on the inside, with a gorgeous caramelization on the outside that brings out all their natural sweetness. The texture is incredible, it's hearty, it's satisfying, it's a proper meal. And then, of course, the sauce. That signature creamy sun-dried tomato sauce that we know and love. It's the perfect partner for the sweet squash, creating a balance of flavors that is just out of this world. The creaminess, the tang from the tomatoes, the hint of garlic and herbs. It's just stunning. To make it a complete, show-stopping meal, serve these beautiful steaks with some simple sautéed greens like spinach or kale, wilted down with a bit of garlic. And for goodness sake, have a loaf of warm, crusty bread on the side. You'll need it to fight over the last of that sauce. Scalloped potatoes. A classic, but most people make them bland and boring. A sloppy, cheesy mess. Not today. Today, we're making Marry Me scalloped potatoes, and they are a revelation. We're taking this comforting dish and injecting it with so much flavor it'll make your head spin. We start with thinly sliced potatoes layered beautifully in a dish. But the secret is in the sauce. We're not just using cream, we're infusing it with those gorgeous chopped sun-dried tomatoes and a hint of fresh thyme. It's a game changer. The potatoes bake slowly in this incredible sauce, becoming tender and absorbing all that flavor. And the cheese. We're not messing about. A generous layer of cheese on top bakes to a golden, bubbling, crispy crust that provides the most amazing contrast to the creamy potatoes beneath. And listen, you can get creative here. Don't have Gruyere? Use a sharp cheddar or a bit of smoked Gouda. The point is to create layers of flavor. This is the ultimate comfort food, elevated to a level of pure, unadulterated luxury. It's a dish that says I love you in the most delicious way possible. Right, cauliflower, another vegetable that suffers from a terrible reputation because of years of culinary abuse. We're going to redeem it with these cauliflower steaks with sun-dried tomato cream sauce. This is simplicity at its finest, but the result is absolutely breathtaking. You take a whole head of cauliflower and slice it right down the middle, creating thick, substantial steaks. You treat them with a bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper, and roast them until they're golden brown and tender with those beautiful, crispy, caramelized edges. The beauty of the cauliflower steak is its texture and its ability to be a canvas for incredible flavor. And what better flavor to paint with than our star, the sun-dried tomato cream sauce? It's rich, it's decadent, and it complements the nutty, slightly sweet flavor of the roasted cauliflower perfectly. This dish is unbelievably easy to make, but it looks and tastes like something you'd get in a high-end restaurant. All you need to serve with it is a good loaf of bread to make sure not a single precious drop of that sauce goes to waste. It's elegant, it's impressive, and it's proof that cauliflower can be a true superstar. We're revisiting broccoli, but this time in a classic casserole form, but with a twist that makes it 100 times better. This is a broccoli casserole with sun-dried tomato cream sauce. What makes this one special is how we use the sun-dried tomatoes. We're using them twice. Double the flavor, double the passion. First, we use the oil from the jar of sun-dried tomatoes to sauté our aromatics. This infuses the base of the dish with a deep, rich tomatoey essence right from the very start. It's a simple trick, but it makes a world of difference. Then we create that beautiful velvety cream sauce, studded with the chopped sun-dried tomatoes themselves, and pour it all over tender, crisp broccoli florets. But we don't stop there. We top the whole thing with a generous amount of cheese and bake it until it's golden, bubbling, and irresistible. The top gets crispy and cheesy, while underneath, the broccoli is perfectly cooked in that flavor-packed sauce. This isn't just a side dish, it's a celebration of flavor. It's the kind of dish that disappears from the table in minutes. Absolutely stunning. Yes, we're back to cabbage. If you weren't convinced the first time, you will be now. These are cabbage steaks with sun-dried tomato cream sauce. Similar concept to the wedges, but with a slightly different texture and presentation. We slice the cabbage into thick, round steaks, which gives you a wonderful surface area for searing. You get them in a hot pan with a bit of oil and get a beautiful, deep, caramelized crust on both sides. This step is crucial. It builds a foundation of flavor that boiling could never, ever achieve. It transforms the cabbage from something humble into something truly magnificent. Once they're seared, we smother them in that glorious sun-dried tomato cream sauce. The key to roasting them perfectly is to not overdo it. You want them to be tender enough to cut with a fork, but still have a slight bite, a bit of structure. You don't want cabbage soup. The sauce should coat the steaks, clinging to all the nooks and crannies. The sweetness of the caramelized cabbage combined with the rich, tangy sauce is a match made in heaven. It's a dish that proves that with the right technique, even the most underrated vegetable can become the object of your affection. Finally, for our grand finale, something a little different. A one-pan wonder that's quick, easy, and packed with soul. This is the Marry Me White Bean and Spinach Skillet. This is the perfect dish for when you want something incredibly delicious without spending hours in the kitchen. It's a vegetarian skillet meal that is hearty, healthy, and absolutely bursting with flavor. We start with creamy white beans, like cannellini, which provide a wonderful hearty texture and soak up all the flavors around them. They're the perfect base for our star sauce. We wilt down a mountain of fresh spinach right into that sun-dried tomato cream sauce, adding a beautiful color and a dose of nutrients. The spinach, the beans, the creamy, tangy sauce, it all comes together in the skillet in a matter of minutes. It's a rustic, comforting dish that feels both wholesome and incredibly indulgent at the same time. The only thing you absolutely must have with this is a loaf of warm, crusty bread for dipping, scooping, and wiping the skillet clean. Because I promise you, not a single drop of this sauce should be wasted. It's love in a skillet. So there you have it, 9 incredible, show-stopping, proposal-worthy vegetable dishes. Are you still a skeptic? Did you ever imagine that cabbage, broccoli, or a simple zucchini could be transformed into something so decadent, so utterly delicious? I hope I've opened your eyes. This isn't about tricking you into eating your greens. It's about showing you the respect these beautiful ingredients deserve. It's about passion, technique, and not being afraid to use a bit of cream and cheese to make something truly memorable. Food is about emotion, and these dishes are packed with it. The next time someone tells you that vegetarian food is boring, you can look them straight in the eye and call them a bloody donut. You now have an arsenal of recipes that will convert even the most stubborn carnivore. From the meltingly tender cabbage to the hearty butternut squash steaks and that incredible white bean skillet, there's a dish here for every occasion and every palate. These recipes are more than just instructions. They are a challenge to you to think differently about the food you cook and eat. So get in the kitchen and start cooking. Don't be afraid to experiment, to make these recipes your own. And when you serve one of these dishes and see the look of pure joy on someone's face, you'll understand the true power of food. It's about connection, about love, and about creating moments that are worth savoring. Now get to it, and don't forget to subscribe for more recipes that are actually worth your time. Cheers!